Hello everyone and welcome to Fun with Fitzy. Today's video is going to be on how to make a Google form. The purpose of this video is for my students, just to introduce you guys to the topic on how to make a simple form, and let's get to it. So go to your Google Drive, and within there you're going to find your new, and you're going to scroll down to more, and you're going to click on Google Forms. And that's going to bring up a form. Just like in documents, you're going to make sure you want to name this. I'm just going to make this a test form and hit OK. Now, first thing it's going to ask you to do is prompting you to do is, what is your question? Here you have choices. It could be text, which allows a small box for them, perfect for what is your name or something like that. You can add a paragraph text. This would be a good question if you're asking them to type in something more than a sentence. Just keep in mind that if you're getting customer feedback on a product or a service, people do not like to spend time doing surveys. So this is not a really strong type of question type that you're going to use a lot. There is multiple choice, which allows your respondents to choose one. There are check boxes, which allows your respondents to choose more than one. Like, for example, if you say, what are your favorite colors? And they want to choose more than one, they can do that one. Choose from a list. This is when they have a drop-down menu and they could pick something. I'm going to show you all of these. This is the type of question on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the most important or something like that. What do you prefer? Grid is really interesting. I'm going to show you that it allows you to do a scale with a number of different features. And then we'll talk about date and time later. So let's just quickly do some of these so you get a feel of what each one of them does. And when you guys do your surveys, you're going to have to include every type of these questions. Okay, let's start with text. For example, what is your name? And if you want to make it a required question, like they have to answer it, then for sure check that. Then you're going to add an item down here again. Let's do the second one, the paragraph text. These would be good questions that I would ask you guys as students. Similar to what I did at the beginning of the course. Make it a required question so you can't skip it. Add another item. See how easy it is? And then basically, if you go into View Live Form, you see your survey with your name at the top. And here's what we've done so far. What is your name? And it gives them a small box. Tell me about yourself. It gives them a space that they can type. And you notice it's just got a simple blue background. This is the default background that Google will apply. You can go back and edit this form by clicking here, but I prefer just to close the window. Otherwise, you end up with a million windows open. So in order to change that theme, click on this, change theme, and there's a whole bunch that you can choose from. You could even put in your own theme if you want, but let's just choose one really quickly. And there we go. And in order to go back to editing questions, you would just click on Edit Questions. So again, here this question kind of popped up and we weren't finished doing it, so I'm going to edit that particular one. Let's see what then. So we've done text, paragraph text, and now let's do a multiple choice. And this is where you put the options. Now you and I both know there's a million types of ice cream flavors, but this is just for demonstration purposes. I would always, if it's possible, add other here, and you will see, let's go take a peek at that, what that allows the respondent to do. If they don't see the one that they like, you notice how it only lets you choose one, by the way. They can click here and then type in, oh, I like heavenly hash, or something like that. Okay, I'm not going to submit it just yet, so I'm going to go back, leave this page, and go to add another question. Let's make that one required too. Add an item, and now we're going to choose checkboxes. We talked about that. That allows them to choose everything they like. What are your favorite colors? And so on. You could just keep going and going here. And you could add other because maybe they want to add a color that's not there. Make that a required question, and let's take a peek at that question now. So now it says, what are your favorite colors? So you can see they can choose more than one. When you use checkboxes, they can choose more than one. So some questions you might want to give that option to them. And this time we're going to say choose from a list. This is that drop down that I told you about. So, and this is, you can put in Fitzy Griffith, things like that. And I'll make that a required question, and let's take a peek at what that looks like now. So what is your favorite teacher? Who is your favorite teacher? Click on that and you can just select one. Okay, just like that. Okay, again, I'm going to close that, leave this page, add item, and then next we have scale. This is one of those 1 to 5s on a scale. And you could change it. It doesn't have to be 1 to 5. It could be 1 to 10, whatever you like. So let's just go 5 seems to be a common one on a, and you can say not whereas 1's going to be not at all and 5 would be the best. And you can put here, help text is always there, so you can give a little more details here saying 5 is the most. Something like that. Make it a required question, and let's take a peek at that one. So here's your scale. On a scale of 1 to 5, how much do you like business? Very much. And it allows you just to put the information on either ends. Okay, let's do the grid now. So we're going to add item. Okay, let's add item. This time we're going to choose a grid. And in a grid, let's put in our question. For the following questions, choose the most applicable to you. So our column headings, let's just make it small. You might want to put strongly disagree, somewhat disagree, that kind of thing, but let's just, for simplicity, keep it simple. So agree, not sure, agree, and here for each row you say I like dogs, I like cats, I like music. You get the idea. Make it a required question, and let's view live form, and this is what it looks like. I like dogs, I agree, I like cats, I'm not sure, and so on. So that's your grid type question. Okay, let's go down and add the next one, which is date. Basically, this one you could say, this would be good for one particular point in time. When is your birthday? When is your birthday? And then they can go in and type in whatever their birthday is. And then let's add our last question type, which would be time. What time would you like school to start each day? Forces them to answer the question again over here, and this is what it would look like. They want to start school at 6. I know you guys would want to start school that late, probably. Makes sense. So you've seen all the types of questions, and this is going to be part 1, and I'm going to make a part 2 that talks about all of the other features.